Another thing you got to remember on my videos, reenactment, and the other my personal haunted stay. To recap, when my uncle bought 110, he inherited a lot of money. When my uncle bought 110 acres of property in McCreary County, Kentucky, which is southeast Kentucky, he's one, in the middle of nowhere. The gravel road, and he had a long gravel driveway, and he had a perfect spot in the back for a expensive home. That's what he built, was the big ceiling, pretty big home. The wood in it was what was it wasn't the size of it, but it was the wood. Seemed like it was red sea. It was expensive wood. He was having expensive wood put in it. Kind of reminded you a little bit of a home in out west. Wooden log cabin, but it kind of reminds you of a western home. And there was a mobile home on the property when he bought 110 acres. And one of the things I forgot to mention, he paid me to stay there at night, middle of nowhere, 3 miles middle of nowhere. Very haunting. Very haunting. But one thing I forgot to mention, of course, you can imagine the rattlesnakes. When I walked the gravel road at midnight, I had to wear long pants, but they wouldn't snake-proof. I basically, as I rode the mountain bike, I didn't take a car because I was wanting a mountain bike. I was wanting to stay in stealth mode. I didn't want you drive a car back there, and some no good in the woods happens to hear you, and you're just advertising yourself. I didn't want to do that. I'm gonna do enough advertising when I turn the light off at night and when I go to sleep. I kept the light on. He took the phone away. He said he wouldn't need his attitude. He wouldn't need the phone, but power stayed on. But when I got in there and ate a little bit and lay down, I turned the light off. So when I turned that light off, I was technically advertising myself. But besides that, I was wanting to stay real quiet. I walked it. But the rattlesnakes, now down there, even in your house or a mobile home, could be anywhere. So when I'd go in the dark, before I turn the light, if I hunt something, it was kind of dark, it could have been a rattlesnake here. And when I walked to it, so luckily I never ran into a rattlesnake. But they're on rocks at night because they absorb heat. But rattlesnakes was a big. A rattlesnake, when I walked 3 miles on the gravel road, and believe me, it was mountainous, it was haunted. But $200 a week, paid me every Friday. Did that for 2.5 months. Rattlesnake to me was just as fearful as it made me seeing a ghost or something haunting. To me, that was just as bad. So I had two things to worry about: the snakes, because it was like summer. And seeing somebody, the ghost or somebody is trespassing. It was very, when you need money or when someone offered, I didn't have to work. All I had to do was sleep there. And he did not state the hours I had to be there. So I usually got there about around 11:30, midnight, maybe a quarter after midnight. I was wanting to minimize my number of hours there. I would rather walk it. I know it sounds crazy here, but I would rather walk it at midnight, if this makes sense, than to get there before sunset. It's just something about the longer you're there, the more haunting it is. I don't know. It's bad no matter which way you go. But he paid me $200 a week for doing nothing, just getting the shit scared out of me at times. You think you see something. I had a flashlight, but midnight, you think you see something. I'm in the mountains. I'm on the gravel road. You think you see something. You feel your heart pumping, beating. You can feel sometimes you think you see something, and you can feel the heartbeat, in your ear. I mean, whatever. You can feel your heartbeat down your chest. Oh God, I mean, I think I'd rather walk through a rough city than walk that gravel road at midnight, to be honest about it. Oh, it was, I mean, time I got off the county road and onto that gravel road, there was no one abandoned house. There was no one lived on it. And when I walked it, and when I'd get to the mobile home, which I stayed in, he had, you know, expensive lumber, like I've said in the other video. But another major threat was the rattlesnakes. Luckily, I never got bit. If they're coiled up, they got you. But that was a scary part. Rattlesnakes and ghosts, or possible, you know, rattlesnakes and haunting. Oh, you think it was worth $200 a week? Well, yes and a no. Didn't have to work hard. My nerves did.